people. Thank you for tuning in to this cupcake tutorial that I'm going to provide here on Aries Cupcakes. So if you're watching on YouTube, thank you for watching. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel if you like what you see. If you're watching on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, I'm sure you're like, well, damn, how many YouTube channels she got? A lot. How many channels she got? A lot. Yes, I do. But I'm glad that you're here. So if you've been following me for a while, you know that I used to do cupcake bouquets pretty often, but I figured, for the sake of the holiday and just springtime, and because I'm just looking for something to do. So we're going to start by showing you all of the supplies that you need in order to make this. This is something that you can do on your own just for fun, something you can do as a gift. It's also something that you can do with your kids, which is really fun to do. Okay, so we are not making anything from scratch today. Okay, we're keeping it very simple with some box cake mix and some canned frosting. All right, now I will say I do have a recipe here on my channel where I show you how to make my buttercream frosting. Everything tastes better from scratch, of course, but for the sake of this project, you know that you can substitute with your scratch ingredients. But for the sake of this and just to speed things along, we're just using everything from the box, just so that you can kind of see the concept of how it all works. All right, so I'll start by showing you all the supplies, and then I'm going to speed up along the way so that you can kind of see me actually work through the project, and I'll show you the finished product. All right, guys, so let's walk through all of the products that you're going to need. So first, what you see here are some flowers that I got from the dollar store. So again, very inexpensive to get. As you can see, I popped them off of the stems that come with the flower arrangements that you can get from the dollar store. I pop them off and then I actually soak them in some hot water with some soap, and let them soak for a good while before taking them out and setting them out to dry. So they've been drying here for a couple of days, but of course, people are handling with their hands and things like that through the store. So we want to make sure we're working with clean, sanitized supplies that are going to be touching our food. Okay, so just make sure that you are washing the petals before you are actually using them. I also detached the leaves, which I'm going to show you how we are going to glue them onto some toothpicks, which are going to go onto our foam ball, which you need a foam ball as well. Got this from Hobby Lobby for like $4. You'll need that. You'll also need a vase. Got this vase from the dollar store as well. Obviously, it's very flimsy, right? So in order to weigh it down, I just got some of these rocks, which we're going to put inside of the vase just to keep the weight down, because otherwise, once you put your cupcakes onto the ball, it will tip over because the weight of the cupcakes will knock it over. Okay, so we're just going to put these inside the vase. All right. Also got these pretty little tags. They were only 99 cents from Hobby Lobby, that we're going to attach to the vase as well. If you are giving it as a gift to your mom or to someone you know, a friend, we'll have a gift tag on there that you'll be able to fill out, to provide that for them. And then the final project, you can always put some wrap around it with a pretty bow. And we're going to be using our glue gun a lot. So we've got glue sticks and then obviously the hot glue gun. We've got our cupcakes, which I'm using some pistachio cupcakes that I got that I wanted to try. So it doesn't really matter what type of cupcakes you use, any flavor you want. We did use green wrapping paper or green cupcake wrappers to represent the leaves and things like that for our floral arrangement. Here I just have, again, some canned frosting. I split the can up in two. I have some yellow frosting here, which is going to match our yellow flowers. And then I have some coral pink frosting that's going to match our coral flowers. So to make it more of a corally color, I just mixed some pink gel food dye along with yellow and mixed it together so they kind of gave it like an orangish pink color. And that's it. That's all that we need in order to do this pretty project. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to get these glued onto the toothpicks and get our ball onto our vase. So follow me and I will show you how to do that. so we are done with getting our flowers together, right? And our ball here, which is the base of our bouquet. So I'm just going to set this aside for now while we frost our cupcakes, and then we will start applying it to the ball. Okay, so again, nothing special about this frosting other than it coming from the Pillsbury can. All right, so I'm not going to pipe frosting onto the cupcakes either, because we want them to be as flat as possible. So out of the cupcakes that I made, I picked out the ones with the flattest top, so we can just simply frost them that way. They're not going to be piped any type of way, because we don't want to pipe them too high, because then if they lay sideways on the bouquet, then the frosting could just fall off. Okay, so a lot of this stuff is dependent on weight. So we want to make sure we are not overweighing our cupcakes in any way to where it's going to tilt or knock over the bouquet and ruin it. Okay, so I'm going to take 3 cupcakes for my pink and 3 for yellow, and I'm going to speed it up and then be back when it's time for us to start applying it to the base of the bouquet. All right, now, so just want to tell y'all this project can get messy when dealing with the frosted cupcakes. So just be careful as you are applying them to the base. This part is simple, super easy. Okay, so all we're going to do now is we're going to apply toothpicks to the bottom of the cupcakes and apply them to the ball first before we apply our flowers. Our flowers are going to go in between the cupcakes, around the cupcakes. So in order to gauge where we want to put our flowers, we're going to put the cupcakes on first. Now you see I have them lined up here for easy access for me to just grab and go. I'm going to put 2 on the opposite sides of each other at the base. Then in the middle, 2 on the opposite sides of each other, opposite of what is at the base. And then the same thing again with 2 at the very top. So 2, 2, 2. Yellow, pink, pink, yellow, yellow, pink. Okay, because the yellow's over here, so we'll do yellow over here. All right, or the opposite of what I just said. All right, so I'm going to grab my toothpicks and we're going to start applying the cupcakes to the ball. All right, guys, so we are finished with our bouquet. Turned out so cute and pretty. All right, so again, you can gift tag this if you'd like and say to who it's from. You can put some wrap around it and tie a pretty bow. Make sure your cupcakes are dry before you do that though. You may even want to refrigerate the cupcakes before you put them onto the ball so that they are nice and hardened. But this is the final look, so I really think it's so pretty. I love it. I haven't done this in a while. And I just thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching me do these things as part of my creative outlet. So yeah, it's so pretty. It's so cute. So I'm going to take a picture of it and send it to my mama. All right, so happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. And if it's past Mother's Day and you're just making this for springtime, enjoy. Take pictures, tag me at Aries Cupcakes on Instagram, Aries_cupcakes on Instagram, and let me know how your bouquet turned out. Or leave a comment below here on YouTube and let me know how it worked out for you. And if there are any other designs or fun things that you would like to see me do, that you've seen here on YouTube, I would be more than happy to do so. Need more ideas. So we'll be glad to take your advice. So thank you. Have a great day. Bye.